It's Our Story. Billy Golfus, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
It was very terrible making Billy Broke His Head because of PBS. PBS would only talk to David, who was the other guy. He didn't get it. He never got it. He's a technician, you know, and he never knew what was going on with the he's a smart guy, but and he's a control freak, you know. And it was just terrible because I was just constantly being treated like the down person, as a disabled person always is in a number of contexts, you know, instead of being treated like, you know, like a mensch, you know. And so I was constantly being the one that was talked to through someone. We know better than you. This is the way you do it. Whatever it was, you know. I wrote it.
You wrote it. That was your voice.
I was Emmy nominated for it. For the script.
That was, yes, those were your true words coming through on the film.
Yeah, those were my true words coming through in the film. I mean, it was pretty miserable. It was pretty miserable. This guy got a lot of the credit for, you know, I mean, he did some stuff. He did a lot of stuff. He did some very cool stuff. But it wasn't his film. It was my friends. It was my disability. And he got the career. He got the career. He got to work at PBS. That's what happened. And, you know, there's a guy, for example, ITVS, which is the organization that it was funded through, had these two Chinese guys run it, David Liu and Jim Yi. You know their names? You know who they are? You know their names? No? Okay, well, Jim Yi died of cancer, but the idea was of ITVS was to fund independent productions for PBS. And the idea was, Congress said, to serve unserved and underserved populations. Okay, well, there are 54 million disabled people in America. They had done, I'll come back to how many they had done. They did 60 on persons of color because David Liu and Jim Yi were Chinese. They had done 30 on Asians. There are 10 million Asians. They had done 30 or 20 or 30, I can't remember, 20 or 30 on African Americans, and there are 30 million African Americans. They did the same number on Hispanics. In other words, they'd done 60 altogether on persons of color, and they'd done 8 on the 4 million disabled people. It was just, and I wrote the head of independent programming at PBS, Cheryl Jones, I think was her name. I can't remember for sure. That we needed to do this, and a letter from Senator Paul Wellstone supporting me, and she wrote back, disability is not a priority. Disability is not a priority. I mean, the book that describes the African American experience is Ralph Ellison's The Invisible Man. That is allegedly the book of the 20th century. Well, the Invisible Man today is obviously disabled people, disabled man, disabled woman. That's the way it is.
The It's Our Story project is a national effort to make disability history public and accessible. Visit us at www.itsourstory.org or on the It's Our Story project YouTube channel.